Long ago, when the moonlight still told stories to palm trees, two Yoruba villages, Aremu and Olowo, stood on opposite sides of a river called Odoaye. The people shared the same ancestors, the same drums, the same sky, but pride and an ancient misunderstanding had turned them into bitter enemies. That even the youths could no longer remember the cause. What happened? Generations before, a sacred masquerade from Aremu had crossed the river during a festival and frightened the women of Olowo, which was an abomination against the traditions of Olowo. In anger, Olowo's warriors destroyed the bridge that connected both lands. From that day, they swore never to mingle, never to trade, and never to love across the water. Even the river itself seemed to mourn, quiet and heavy, as if carrying their hatred in its depth. But love, like the wind, knows no boundaries. In Aremu, there lived a humble potter named Adetokunbo, whose hands molded beauty from earth. His clay pots carried the fragrance of fresh rain, and people said his spirit was blessed by Olodumare, the creator of all mankind. Across the river in Olo lived Morenike, the only daughter of Chief Ajayi. She was gentle, her laughter soft as palm wine, her voice as calm as the evening flute. One down, as the mist danced above the river, Ade Tokumbo came to fetch water for his clay, and there, on the opposite bank, Morenike knelt, washing her father's white cloth. Their eyes met, two souls recognizing each other beyond fear, beyond village laws. From then on, they sought for each other's gaze whenever they came to the river to perform their duties. Day after day, their relationship evolved and it turned into secret meetings. They met at sunrise, sharing smiles, songs, and stories. Ade Tokumbo carved a tiny calabash and floated it to her side with a red hibiscus inside. Morenike caught it, laughed, and returned it with cowries and a strand of her hair and her beads. That calabash became their bridge, their secret messenger of love. But secrets, no matter how sweet, are like smoke. They cannot stay hidden forever. One evening, a fisherman from Olowo saw the floating calabash. He messaged inside and reported it to Chief Ajayi. The chief's anger shook the village. Never shall my daughter bring shame upon our lineage, he roared. That same night, Morenike was locked in her hut, and guards were placed by the river bank. Across the water, Adetokunbo waited, calling softly to his love, his heart breaking with each unanswered echo. Morenike, Morenike, my love. There was no answer. There was no answer. Morenike, Morenike, my love. Still no answer. What must have happened to my love? What must have happened? Desperate, Morenike on her part took her mother's golden calabash, her secret heirloom, and whispered into it, if I love, and if that love is true, Let the river carry our souls to peace. She then placed inside 2 white cowries, a small dove feather, and a drop of her tear, then begged the guards to let her out for a few moments. She hurriedly went to a section of the river where the guards would not see her and set it upon the river. The calabash glowed faintly as it drifted across the moonlit water toward Adetokunbo. When he opened it, he felt warmth and sorrow flood his heart. He added his own hair braid and a pinch of clay from his workshop, his symbol of creation and promise, and sent it back. For 7 nights, the calabash traveled between them, carrying words of longing and vows of unity. But on the 8th night, a violent storm broke over the land. Thunder roared, lightning struck, and the river swelled like a beast unleashed. Trees fell, huts trembled, and the villagers cried out to the gods. When dawn came, the river had overflown its banks, and the ancient bridge, ruined for generations, was gone completely. The people of Aremu and Olowu gathered, stunned as they saw something floating in the center of the swollen water. It was the golden calabash, shining softly despite the storm. As both chiefs waded in to retrieve it, the rain stopped. Inside the calabash lay a small white dove, alive, and a palm leaf with the words written in charcoal. Let love build what pride has destroyed. Let love build what pride has destroyed. At that moment, both chiefs felt their hearts soften. The elders wept openly, knowing it was truly the message from the gods. And the people of both villages knelt by the river in silence. They rebuilt the bridge together, not from wood or stone, but from forgiveness. In time, Adetokunbo and Morenike were united before the whole land. Their hands joined with palm fronds, dipped in the river that once divided them. And from that day, the people called it Odo Ife, the river of love. Each year, during the New Yam festival, villagers from both sides gathered to float calabashes upon the river, not for lovers alone, but as prayers for peace, unity, and hearts that remember the truth Morenike left behind. Where kindness flows, no river can divide. Thanks for listening and watching.